The news starts now. AM 1240 and 95.3 FM. WJON.
Well, good morning. I'm Jim Maurice. It's now 8:05 with some light rain. It's 50 degrees here in St. Cloud. We got your full WJON weather eye forecast coming up in a few minutes after the news. Our news this hour brought to you by Hull's Horticultural Services and LJ Plumbing. More improvement to Minnesota's drought conditions. In the weekly update from the U.S. Drought Monitor today, they say 59% of the state is still abnormally dry. That's from 74% a week ago. Moderate drought area is down to 36% from 43% last week, and the severe drought area now at 10% from 13%. Drought conditions persist in the northern part of the state. The far southeastern part of the state is still abnormally dry. Now, while the update does come out today, the information is as of 8 o'clock on Tuesday. So that rain that fell over much of the state on Tuesday night, that doesn't get factored in until we get an update next week. Here in St. Cloud, we've had 7.23 inches of rain so far during the spring months of March and April, which is nearly 3 inches above normal. April, the 6th wettest on record in St. Cloud. Now, after today's light rain that we're having, there's more rain in our forecast. That's for Saturday, and then early next week we could see some more rain as well. Man arrested at a Wilmer business after he had earlier made threats to show up with a gun. Wilmer Police Department says the incident began yesterday, about 2 in the afternoon, in the 4100 block of South 1st Street. Caller said there was a man at the business who was unhappy and had threatened to shoot up the place. Caller said the same man had been at the business a few days earlier and at that time threatened to return with a gun. The employees were evacuated from the building. The suspect cooperated with police and was arrested. He's a 72-year-old man from Danube. No gun found on the suspect, and nobody was hurt in that incident. An investigation's underway into the Wisconsin school shooting on Wednesday. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul says Mount Horeb police used a deadly force when responding to a report of a person with a weapon outside the Dane County Middle School.
We are grateful that this is an incident where nobody other than the subject sustained a physical injury. But this type of incident is any parent's nightmare. This is a traumatic incident for parents, for students, and for anybody who has a family member impacted by something like this.
Paul says the officers involved are on administrative duty. He couldn't provide more information, including the shooter's identity or the number of officers who used force. Minnesota Fishing Opener falls on Mother's Day weekend this year, and the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is inviting moms to go fishing without requiring a license. Every year, the DNR offers Take a Mom Fishing Weekend, coinciding with Mother's Day. The DNR also bringing back the popular free virtual fishing challenge, where moms join the Minnesota Moms Fishing Challenge 2024 Facebook group and post one photo of each fish they catch. Their names will then be entered in a random drawing for prizes, including Shields and Lund gift cards. Also, a pre-challenge virtual fishing 101 class on May the 7th, hosted by the Women Anglers of Minnesota. Last year, more than 2,400 moms joined the challenge, and the DNR is hoping for more participants this year. All fish species are welcome. To find out more information, check out this story on our website at WJON.com for links to the Facebook group and also the DNR website. WJON News Times coming up on 8:09 with light rain. It's 50. News this hour brought to you by Hull's Horticultural Services and LJ Plumbing. Your WJON weather eye forecasts coming up next.
WJON radar weather.
For St. Cloud and for Sartell, we'll see some light rain continue this morning. About a quarter of an inch of rain maybe this morning. And then cloudy and just kind of damp this afternoon. Temps holding steady here in the lower 50s. East wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour. By tonight, partly cloudy, 42 overnight, and south wind at 10 to 15. Tomorrow, a dry day, bright day, sunny skies, 67 for a high, and southwest wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour. The extended forecast for the weekend on Saturday, we could have some light showers early and then just a partly cloudy sky, 63 on Saturday. Sunday looks nice, sunny sky and 69 on Sunday. WJON News Time coming up on 8:11. It's cloudy, light rain, and 50. For more St. Cloud area news, sports, and weather, download our free WJON app on your smartphone or your tablet. Jim Maurice, WJON.
All right, Jim, what's coming up at 8:30?
Mayor Dave Kleiss is hosting a regional public safety meeting today. We'll tell you about that at the bottom of the hour.
All right, Jim, thank you. It's 8:11 and we're at 50 degrees. I'm joined now by Kevin from the Boot Shack. Hey, Kevin, good morning.
Hey, Jay, happy Thursday.
Yeah, same to you. So what's happening? Any great stories of people you're able to save since the last time we talked?
How would you, you ever had ingrown toenails, Jay?
I have not, fortunately.
You know what they're caused by?
What are they caused by?
Okay, picture it when your shoes are short and snug against the front of your feet. And what happens is that your toenails always have that pressure on the outside of their toes, because your feet are so jammed up into the front of that foot, in front of that shoe, that you have all this pressure. So what happens is your toenails grow down into your toes. Ingrown toenails, very common. I'm sure you've heard somebody that's had that, or you've heard about them.
I've heard of them, yeah. I haven't had them myself, but yeah, that sounds awful.
Had a, excuse me, slight cough here. Got to give up those Camels. Anyway, had a young lad in the other day that he was talking about. We measure his feet, and we were putting him in New Balance, the best running shoes they make. And he said, "Is this where ingrown toenails come from?" We measured his feet. He's got, you know how we talk about he fit the arch of the foot. His right foot was a 12.5 arch. His left foot was an 11.5 arch. Okay. What size, his running shoes that he walks in, what size is he wearing, Jay?
Shoes that don't fit.
You're right. 8.5. It's like, so what he talked about, he said, what I do, he said my toes hurt so bad, his ingrown toenails hurt so bad, what he does, he cuts V's in his top and the middle of his toenails so that there's not, you don't have the pressure on your toenails. So when you cut a V in the middle of your toenails, that way when the toes are squeezed together, it doesn't hurt so bad. Can you imagine doing that, Jay?
Yeah, I don't want to think about doing that, but thanks for planting that seed.
With 12.5 arches and 11.5 arches, even or 8.5 shoes. So we got her a pair of New Balance, one of the best running shoes, and we got a happy medium size. You know, you don't fit people. For people that haven't been to the shack before, we're not taking people from an 8.5 to a 12.5. I can assure you that. There's too much real estate in between. So we get people in a happy medium, take them up and down the size scale, so they get a happy medium. And he couldn't believe the difference. It's like, man, I told him, I said, bathroom surgery is not the way to go. You know?
Yeah, so, no doubt. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to help him.
Tonight, we're closing at 5. We're sponsoring the Tri-County Humane Society fundraiser, okay? So, back at the Iron Street Distillery, pretty cool place. We were there last night for the Anna Marie's fundraiser. Great event. So, you got to hand it to the Johnsons. They did a heck of a job in that building. A lot of work, but it's a pretty cool venue. So we're closed at 5 tonight for the Tri-County Humane Society fundraiser. This weekend is, if you're on the east side, St. Aug's Breakfast. The homemade donuts are worth the trip. And if you're on the west side, the guys out at in the town of St. Joseph Parish in St. Joe, the Knights of Columbus, they have their breakfast, which is a dang good breakfast. So, okay.
Sounds good. If people want to find you at the Boot Shack, how can they do that?
We're down on Roosevelt Road, same building as Shooters in the back half.
All right, Kevin, you have a great day.
Have a dandy day, Jay.
That's Kevin from the Boot Shack. Find him just off Roosevelt Road, just behind Shooters. 8:15, 50 degrees. St. Cloud State University President Dr. Robin Wacker joined.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.